I actually, for today, for my presentation, I made it last night at past midnight, and I sent it to Doug, so I actually don't know what's really on it, but we'll get to discover each other at the same time. I think you'll find that Chase and I have a lot of similar backgrounds with each other. I don't have a political philosophy, but I did read Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged this summer, and pretty much I think reflects what a lot of what Chase mentioned earlier. And actually what he said, I have a lot of respect for. For instance, the thought of your family and the thought of those who are close to you. Once I was looking back at this and thinking, how can I make this presentation, I realized that those people who are around you and the ones that are closest to you are probably one of the major driving factors behind your own success or behind why you can be where you are today. In fact, since freshman year, I haven't washed my own clothes once. Right, so my girlfriend Maggie did every single one of my laundry, every single one. I've done some with her before together, right, but not ever by myself. Right, so the point is that's actually critically important to many things. So respect. All right. So I'm going to quickly go through just what I've done in the past year. I've actually done quite a bit of things in the past year just to set a tone for what I actually want to talk about in terms of my own experience. And basically, a year before today, I was sitting, I think in that seat, I was sitting in the same row that you guys were sitting in, and 2 years from then, I was going to Engine 407 classes too. I was an engineer, industrial and operations engineer at the time, and I got really inspired to do this stuff. And I realized as I heard more of these entrepreneurs and the risks that were taken, it really made myself seem really small, because if they're going to take risks that puts much more on the line than what I have at school, what am I to not sleep for 30 hours or 24 hours just to work on something, right? Because I have more of an opportunity to do that. And then I, at the same time, decided to go to Ross and engineering at the same time. I actually dropped out of Ross this past year. And now I'm just trying to get through engineering. And actually, I'm waitlisted for next semester's entrepreneurship course for industrial and operations engineering. All right, so at Own Point of Sale, it was a really interesting experience because they wanted to bring the point of sales experience, the cash register experience, to what you would see in Twitter, Facebook, and all those things. Bring it social, make it so that everyone can access it. To do that, we had to make our own platform. In fact, make our own system, and even our own operating system. So from day one, we went everywhere. We went to actually, this is CES, Consumer Electronics Show at Las Vegas, just earlier this year actually. We were looking everywhere for tablets, and because we couldn't find the best one that suited us, I just decided to make our own operating system. Right. So that was an interesting aspect, and this is actually at the Tech Arb. The funny thing is that the picture that Chase showed previously for the hackathon is the exact same table that Own's whole company used to sit at. So that table is probably the most luckiest table, because now Own has $1.2 million in funding, and they've gone both here in Detroit and also in the Silicon Valley. So that was one of our major first devices, that the operating system that I'm holding right there that we made. And that picture on the right on the bottom is the first prototype device at Mighty Good Coffee. They do have pretty good coffee. It's pretty good. And up there is the lead developer getting really annoyed at me for taking pictures. So, right. And then while I was doing Own, at about the end of 2010, I actually got in contact with not the business partner yet, but a coworker that used to sit by my desk during internship in China. So I actually went on an internship after my freshman year in China. And previously, I've always worked for the Princeton Review also. So we decided after 1 week of working together that we should start a company, an education company between China and the US that leverages the resource and the markets of both places. Now, I grew up in China, and I came here when I was 7.5, but I pretty much, I didn't forget the language. Language always was with me, but in terms of the culture, almost none of it was in existence. So when I decided to do this company with them, I had to relearn a lot of the culture and realize that the lessons learned from there internationally still applies to what we do here.